Learning tempo vocabulary can be pretty challenging, but don't worry, we've got your back. With Music Game Club's Boom Card decks for Toucan Tempos, we make it fun and approachable to learn all the jargon that we use on a daily basis. We've got 13 tempos represented here. We've got grave, lento, largo, larghetto, adagio, andante, andantino, moderato, allegretto, allegro, vivace, presto, and prestissimo. Throughout these decks, students are going to be learning the names of the tempos, their meanings, their beats per minute ranges, and the relative speeds of which tempos are faster than others. So the first deck we've got is going to be which tempo is faster, which tempo is slower. In this deck, students are going to view 2 of the tempo names and just have to select which one is either faster or slower, depending on the prompt. We're starting it really simple and then building up from there. In deck number 2, students are going to connect the given name of a tempo with a meaning and beats per minute listed. So in this deck, we're going to have 2 different answer options. Again, not trying to make things too complex right off the bat, but just leveling up a little bit, so now instead of just the name, we're also looking to connect it to its meaning. We do want to make a note that we're aware many of these tempos do not have a single agreed upon speed within that beats per minute BPM. So all the tempos are going to be coming with a BPM range based on our own research. In deck number 3, students will arrange 3 listed tempos from slowest to fastest. In this deck, we're really focusing on reinforcing relative speeds. So we're not too worried about those specific beats per minute values, we're not too worried about those specific names, we're just focusing on how do these show up in music, how do they relate to each other. In deck number 4, we're really going to level up and incorporate an aural skills element into the game. So in this deck, students are going to hear a metronome click track, and then they're going to have to guess between 2 options, which is the accurate one, which is giving a beats per minute range of the given tempo. So again, trying to not have it be too overwhelming, just choosing between 2 different options, but each of those options will have that beats per minute range, and then the name of the tempo that goes with that beats per minute range. This deck is a great stepping stone for those more advanced students who are ready to start incorporating that aural skills knowledge into the vocabulary that we've already been working on. These boom card decks also pair really well with the board game version of Toucan Tempos that we're releasing, especially if students are needing to learn these terms for the first time. In that board game version, we're going to have a reference sheet that just gives you all the vocabulary with all the meanings and all the beats per minute all in one spot together, and then the game itself is going to be reinforcing those connections because the cards will have all that information all together. Whether you're playing the Toucan Tempos boom card decks or the physical game, we are so excited to share this with you, and we hope you have a ton of fun playing it with your students.